What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another a draw. We're doing the FA Cup draw. It has just got underway, so we are a little bit late. West Ham's name just come out the pot. So I'll just see who they face, and I'll do my promo very quickly. So West Ham are going to be taking on Bristol City. I'll run through the draw in just one moment. Make sure if you are enjoying the content, do leave a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links in the description too. So Tottenham Hotspur, their name has just come out in the FA Cup draw. They're at home. Who have they drawn? Who are they going to face? Is it going to be Manchester City? They're going to be facing number 9 is Burnley. So the teams that have come out so far, Luton Town, they're taking on Bolton Wanderers. Shrewsbury taking on Wrexham. Arsenal taking on Liverpool. Massive clash that in the third round. Stoke taking on Brighton. Norwich taking on Crewe. We've just seen Tottenham Hotspur come out as well then. Fulham have just come out. They're going to be taking on Rotherham United. 42 next one out, which is West Bromwich Albion. They're at home. Who are they going to be facing? West Brom take on number 49, which is Aldershot or Stockport County. Number 36, the next ball out, home tie for Southampton, who's going to be facing a trip to the south coast. It is number 50, which is Alfreton Town or Walsall. Number 64, AFC Wimbledon or Ramsgate next out, a home match. They're going to be taking on number 18, which is Ipswich Town. So Wimbledon or Ramsgate taking on Ipswich Town. Looking good in the Championship, of course, Ipswich Town at this moment in time. Number 56 next out, home tie for Peterborough United, who's got a trip to Peterborough. It's number 19, which is Leeds United. So a trip for Leeds United to Posh, to Peterborough. Number 26 next out, home tie for Millwall, who's going to be visiting the New Den just south of the River Thames in London. It's going to be number 20, which is Leicester City. Millwall taking on Leicester City. Number 41 next out is Watford of the Championship. We have not been drawn out yet. They're taking on number 48, Watford, which is Chesterfield or Leyton Orient. So Watford taking on Chesterfield or Leyton Orient. Next up, Sunderland out of the pot, number 38. Home tie at the Stadium of Light. They're going to be taking on number 27, which is Newcastle United. Huge tie. Newcastle travelling away to Sunderland. Some big games there. Arsenal, Liverpool, Sunderland, Newcastle. It's massive. Number 35 next up, Sheffield Wednesday. So going to be Sheffield United. We're going to have a Sheffield derby, a Steel City derby. They're taking on number 10. Cardiff City. Sheffield Wednesday taking on Cardiff City. Manchester City, we are ball number 23 is the ball we're looking for. Number 13, looking for some Crystal Palace. Who's got a trip to Crystal Palace then? Is number 14, which is Everton. Crystal Palace taking on Everton. Number 25 next out, Middlesbrough. Against number 3, Aston Villa. Middlesbrough taking on Aston Villa. Next up, number 29, Nottingham Forest next out. Here's number 51. Is Blackpool or Forest Green a trip to the City Ground to take on Nottingham Forest? Next up, home tie, number 62 is Wigan Athletic. We don't want Wigan Athletic. Please don't be Manchester City. Not number 23. Oh, Oh, number 24 is Manchester United. They can have that instead. Wigan Athletic taking on Manchester United. Massive game, that. Next up, 23. City. Here we go. We're out. Who've we got? Who've we got? Ah, who've we got? Home tie. I'm happy with that. 16. Huddersfield Town. Boom. Happy with that. Manchester City taking on Huddersfield Town. Home match for Manchester City against Huddersfield Town of the Championship. I'm happy with that. Blackburn Rovers there next up. They're taking on number 52, which is Cambridge United. What other big ties are we going to get from here? Number 58, Gillingham, who Manchester City beat in the League One playoff final back in 1999. Gillingham taking on Sheffield United. Number 39 next up. Swansea City, who's got a trip to South Wales then. Never an easy place to go, the Liberty Stadium. Against Morecambe. United going to get beat by Wigan. It's things we love to see. Chelsea, number 11, out next. Who's got a trip to Stamford Bridge then? Is number 31. Preston North End. Chelsea, Preston North End. Mick Sid, he'll be very happy with that. Chelsea against Preston North End. He'll be delighted with that. Number 32. Queen's Park Rangers. QPR, they're going to be taking on number 1. Is Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth. Who's going to win, Arsenal or Liverpool? It depends how strong them teams are. I reckon Arsenal will beat them if it goes full strength. Coventry City next out. Only a few teams left out to be drawn. Against number 61, which is Oxford United. Coventry City taking on Oxford United. Number 6, Brentford. They're taking on number 44, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Number 30 next out, Plymouth Argyle. They're taking on number 63 against Sutton United. Number 45 next out, Maidstone United. Only 5 teams next to draw. Alec, you all right? Huddersfield at home for Manchester City against number 59 for Maidstone. They're taking on Stevenage or Port Vale. Just 4 teams left to be drawn. Number 60, Newport County or Barnet. They're taking on number 57, which will be Eastleigh or Reading. So finally, last 2 teams to be drawn, Birmingham City or Hull City. Where's it going to be at? Number 17, so it's going to be on the East Coast in Hull. They're going to be taking on number 4, which is Birmingham City. That is confirmation then of the FA Cup draw here. So we'll just go through the ties and I'll give my thoughts and then I'll end the live stream. We'll be back for the live watch along of the City Spurs game later on this afternoon for you guys to enjoy. Interesting for Manchester City. Home match against Huddersfield Town. Double thumbs up from me. I'm very happy with that. January can be a very, very tricky little period. So going up against lower league opposition at home, I'm very happy with that. Alex says very happy with that. Some good draws there. We're going to go through them. So Luton Town, they're taking on Bolton Wanderers. Shrewsbury Town taking on Wrexham or Yeovil Town. Arsenal taking on Liverpool. Stoke taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. Norwich taking on Crewe or Bristol Rovers. West Ham taking on Bristol City. Spurs against Burnley. Fulham against Rotherham. You've got West Brom taking on Aldershot or Stockport County. Southampton taking on Alfreton Town or Walsall. Wimbledon or Ramsgate taking on Ipswich Town. Peterborough taking on Leeds United. Millwall taking on Leicester. Watford taking on Chesterfield or Leyton Orient. Massive game in the North East. Sunderland taking on Sunderland taking on Newcastle. You've got Crystal Palace taking on Everton. Middlesbrough taking on Aston Villa, Forest taking on Blackpool or Forest Green Rovers, Wigan against Manchester United, City against Huddersfield, Blackburn against Cambridge as well. I will just get the draw up actually so you can see it for yourself. So you know. Excuse me. And you can see it for yourself. There's some massive games in there. Sunderland, Newcastle, right up there with potentially one of the biggest FA Cup draws. Arsenal, Liverpool, another massive game in the FA Cup draw for City. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. Very happy. Right, I'll just get up the FA Cup draw for you guys. And we'll just speak about them. And I'll give my predictions actually as well. I'll just share my screen. So you've got Luton Town taking on Bolton Wanderers. It's a tricky tie that for Luton, actually. Bolton in very good form in League One. Could be quite tricky, particularly if Luton decide to rotate and focus on Premier League safety rather than a cup run. Banana skin. I'm going to go Bolton win. Shrewsbury Town taking on Wrexham or Yeovil. Well, we need to see who wins that tie before predicting it. Stoke City taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. I reckon Brighton will go through there. Arsenal taking on Liverpool, massive game, pick of the round. I reckon Arsenal beat Liverpool. West Ham taking on Bristol City. I think West Ham will win that one. Norwich taking on Crewe or Bristol Rovers again. Can't give a prediction until I know who the tie is going to be, as Crewe and Bristol Rovers need to decide who's going through there. Fulham taking on Rotherham. I think Fulham will win that one. Spurs taking on Burnley. I think Spurs will win that one. You've got West Brom taking on Aldershot or Stockport County. I think West Brom will win that one. Southampton taking on Overton or Walsall. I think Southampton will go through there. Peterborough taking on Leeds United. I think Leeds will go through. Wimbledon or Ramsgate against Ipswich. I can't obviously give you the prediction until I know who goes through between Wimbledon and Ramsgate. Watford taking on Chesterfield or Leyton Orient. Again, can't give that prediction until I know who goes through between Chesterfield and Leyton Orient. You've got Millwall taking on Leicester City. I don't think Leicester City will be too fussed about it. Their focus has to be getting back to the Premier League, so I think they'll go over weakened teams. So I think Millwall make home advantage count will go through. Sheffield Wednesday taking on Cardiff. I reckon Sheffield Wednesday will go through. Cardiff, can't see them being too interested in that one. Sheffield Wednesday not been brilliant in the Championship. Looking for a bit of confidence, so I'll go Sheffield Wednesday to win that one. But it's huge. This is, again, another pick of the round. Sunderland, North East Derby, the Tyne-Wear Derby. Sunderland taking on Newcastle United. You also got, my prediction for that, by the way, Newcastle to go through. Middlesbrough taking on Aston Villa. I think Villa will go through. Crystal Palace taking on Everton. I'm going for a Everton win. Wigan taking on Manchester United. I mean, it's City's jinx rather than United's jinx there, so I think United will go through. Nottingham Forest taking on Blackpool or Forest Green Rovers. Again, I'll give my prediction once we know who goes through between Blackpool and Forest Green. Blackburn Rovers taking on Cambridge United. I'm going to go for a Blackburn win. City taking on Huddersfield Town. I'm going for a comprehensive City win there. Swansea taking on Morecambe. I think Swansea will go through. Gillingham taking on Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United will go through. Queen's Park Rangers taking on Bournemouth. I reckon I can go for a QPR victory there. Chelsea taking on Preston North End. Mixon's going to hate me for this, but I'm going to go for a Chelsea win there. Brentford taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm going to go for a Brentford win. Coventry taking on Oxford. I'm going to go for a Coventry win. Maidstone United taking on Stevenage or Port Vale. I can't give my prediction until I know who goes through between Stevenage and Port Vale. You've got Plymouth Argyle taking on Sutton United. I think Plymouth will go through. Hull City against Birmingham City. I'll go for an away win. Birmingham City to go through there. Newport County or Barnet taking on Eastleigh or Reading. Can't give my prediction for either of them as we don't actually know confirmed who's going through. And that confirms the FA Cup draw for the third round for the 2023-2024 season, with Manchester City bidding, of course, to try and retain their trophy. So there we go. Done and dusted. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe as well if you're new around here. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Abu, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. MCFR says happy with Huddersfield at home. It is. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. And I will be back again for the live watch along with Manchester City's game against Tottenham Hotspur. Kicks off here 4:30 p.m. GMT. I will be live 4 p.m. GMT. So in just under 3 hours, we'll be live again for the live watch along of that. The link to that is already out on my channel. Go and set your reminders. I'll see you all for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.